finally we have our first podcast here, and I have invited my one of my great friends, Aditya GAIKWAD. I call him Adi. Now, I got reunited with him in class 12th. I had known him long time before. That story will come up back afterwards. But what I really want to emphasize here is how great of a friend he's been, and how his brotherhood has helped me cope with certain things that have happened in my life. So yeah, thank you, Adi, for that. And what's more that I want to talk about is he recently came back from Dubai, and he has for the past 1 year has been specializing, and he's doing his bachelor's in animation back in Dubai. And this is why I wanted to get his perspective, as in how you as a student can join this stream after 12th, and how do you focus on it. He also told me beforehand that he had previous even though amateur, but he had some kind of a experience of 4 years in the field, and that helped him a lot because he was not a beginner, right? He was pretty much intermediate at that point. So yeah, first of all, Aditya, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, thank you, James. Hi, my name is Aditya GAIKWAD. I'm a professional animator / a modeling artist.
So, tell us what you do first.
Yeah. So basically, I have worked in this field for a very long time. I work as a modeling artist. So modeling is basically like taking a real world inspiration and making it into a real world.
Okay.
So this journey of mine of making this, as if you go to my CV also, you will find this quote line which I have made, that I want to always create a real world life into a real world, imagining all the other things and then creating my own world.
Okay.
So modeling is that which you create by watching and getting inspired by something, and you make it something different, like basically कुछ नया बनाना किसी से देख के या फिर किसी से
real world inspiration, you're going to turn it into your own.
Yeah, basically like that. Yeah. And talking about animation, yeah, like
so animation is basically giving life.
Yeah, basically. There are so many cartoons right now. People believe that they are still existing. Like obviously, in my childhood, I have been watching so many cartoons. I actually feel that Doraemon is alive, Shin-chan is alive. So my perspective about cartoons has always been the best. So learning and growing up with that has made me decide that I should also work in some industry like this. Every animator says that they have to work in Pixar, Disney, big companies, because it is everyone's dream to cherish your childhood memories, right? So animation is always giving a life to create something different by your own ideas, by everything like हम जो बाकी दुनिया नहीं कर सकती, we animators can.
Right. So an amazing way to put it into a small sentence is you give life to dreams.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
I know it sounds fancy, but it's cool.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. And what I loved here is his perspective on why he wanted to become an animator. Because no one thinks that way, right? Because I know all of us, right, growing up, have seen lots of cartoons and stuff. But to think that maybe I'll be able to do that someday and give and let's say enrich someone else's childhood with my creativity.
Yeah.
That's something that works wonders, and I'm sure that the world needs it at this point.
They need that.
So now that we've understood what exactly do you do, let's articulate it into 2 points. First of all, you said model. So you 3D model. You take inspiration from the outside world and you create it into your room. That's your craft.
Yeah.
And then you also bring life to it through animation.
Yes.
So basically, how do you animate it?
So basically, every time we have a pipeline, so we artists actually.
As in, I'm asking for your technical process. Right?
Yeah.
Do you draw something first? You sketch, rough sketch?
Yeah. So in this creative field, so everyone has their own pipeline. Games have their own pipeline. VFX.
We are very new to this term pipeline. Explain the term pipeline.
So basically, imagine me working in a water sector. Okay, so like मेरा एक business है, पानी इधर से उधर transfer करना है, so I build a pipeline.
Okay.
So every pipeline when I construct it, I have to create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I have to go. The water will go according to that.
Correct.
So the first one which we have is creating a script. Everyone has that.
Yeah.
Because before doing any final work, we have to build a script. So there are there are so many things in this pipeline. There are more than 30, 40 things that we have to do. So everyone has their own job in this field. So people in India, people in all over the world should stop saying that I'm an animator. Instead of say your specialization, we don't want that. Okay, I'm an artist that I do animation. Animation only has a particular thing. It's a particular thing. एक छोटा सा subdivision है. It has so many things like scripting. Then after that we go to storyboarding. Storyboarding has different people. Then we go to low poly modeling. Low poly modeling has different things. Then we go to medium poly modelings. Then we go to high poly. Then when we model it, we start rigging it. Rigging means giving tone to a character. Then after that we go for lighting, VFX, VFX, then sound engineering. Everyone has their different jobs and different pipelines.
So, what is, as you said, you do the starting, right?
No, I do the medium, like second base of the animation, like the movie thing.
And what exactly do you focus on? You focus on creating characters?
No, I just focus on creating the environments.
Okay.
So the environments which you see, which are actually blurred, but they give an enhanced way and a dynamic look to a particular movie or to a particular scene. That I do because environments are something I have always loved. Like I have my game designs, I have my movie designs, like environment designs. Environment art is also, it is in animation sector, everything has the same pipeline. The pipeline goes the same.
Right. So it's a one-way pipeline.
Yeah.
Obviously, what I've understood is,
Yeah.
now to articulate as you said, what animation is as we use the term pipeline, right?
Okay.
So from the end to the from the start to the end, the process, point by point, is the pipeline and how it goes, right?
Yeah.
So from what I've understood and what he's told, we can clearly note that he does environments.
Yeah.
He specializes in creating those environments that you watch in your games, in your movies,
Yeah.
and then creating scenes around them. So now, Adi, now that we've understood what you do technically, let's go on and understand what kind of curriculum the world offers versus India, and then we'll come to your college specifically.
Yeah, okay.
So first, let's talk about India. You were
Okay.
here. What did you understand? What is the curriculum that you get?
Okay, so James, let me tell you one thing straight is that people here they want animation like as a good field, like it's a booming industry. I know that, but
like a good paying job.
yeah,
right?
good paying
Big
job.
career.
Yeah, but every graphic designer, every single animator is so underpaid. ये देश का गलती नहीं है. It is the education sector's fault. Basically, I don't want to discuss about that, but the thing is that as an animator, as a modeling artist, as a graphic designer, as an artist too, I have always felt like that. Ki I'm very outdated. Like when I used to work here I have worked for 2 companies. मुझे 15 दिन का काम हो गया. I still felt that कि I'm so outdated right now. I have been in some colleges like pre-college works, which actually is a foreign curriculum. So whenever I be there, they will be teaching me stuff like कि Purana, basically the industry works old here. Like obviously I don't want to have a chit chat with a person who has been in that field for so long, and he is going to teach me that thing. Because our softwares they update in an hour or in a day. So I want that person who is right now working in that field and who can tell me and who can give me some suggestions, some insight things that I can develop. Like what is wrong in my field, what am I doing wrong, or what is the things that I can do better. So जब मैं इंडिया में था, I used to go to college like in Bangalore, and at that time I know that I had an online class for animation. So तब बात ये थी कि they used to teach like good, but animation doesn't require 13 subjects like accounts, commerce, etc. So that thing. Yeah.
There was no specialization.
Yeah, there was no specialization. You learn about something which is related to your topic, not others. Because see, business at that time used to be a normal thing, like a course. Now it's a specialization. Like it's a co-curricular activity basically. Like I currently have business in my university, so I love that subject. But in this, learning about commerce, learning about accounts was not my thing. Talking about a little bit about the curriculum which I have in Dubai, it is good. In what ways I'll tell you, it is only good in the way that I get more opportunities there. I get to stand with various amount of people who are actually educated at my level. I get to be at that place where I can be comfortable having a group chat like, okay, how is your project, how is this, how is that. That thing I was missing here in Bangalore, that people don't talk about how is your project, how is that, how is this.
So what I can articulate, like what I can get, from these two things, what you just said. The first things first is we are not solely focusing on specialization. Which is a very big problem, because as it comes, you never have to be a jack at all trades. You have to be a master in one.
Yeah, definitely.
So they're not doing that. That I have understood. And secondly, that I come to realize is, as you said, you talked about taking feedback and checking for feedback in your curriculum, in your group, in your peers. So that form of collaborativeness is not here, obviously.
Yeah.
And lastly, I think is proficiency in skill. That everyone who wants to start here, at least, is a newbie, total newbie.
Yeah.
And there, if you go, they have some level of proficiency in the skill set.
Yeah, definitely.
That at least you guys complement each other in such a way that, alright, we know something about what we're doing.
Yeah.
You're not totally blinded about it. You have. It's not like you don't have a clue. Here, on the other hand, people do not gain that amateur experience, and they just want to jump in. For example, 11 12, what we had for 11 12, right?
Yeah.
As a commerce student, I can accrue to it that if I'm doing BBA, things will be the same, or I will have a similar curriculum.
Yeah.
But now for you, which is animation, right, which is so on the unexplored side.
Yeah, very
For a student who has done nothing, it's going to be very difficult to go. And that is what I've also understood in our conversations and in the past one. That it is important that as you, as a student, and I'm aiming it at everybody who wants to do animation specifically. And from the insights that I've gained from Aditya, he clearly states that you need at least 2-3 years.
2-3 years
of insider and amateur experience. Anything that you can do. It can be from rendering characters to creating your storylines to having your own little projects. Or working a little bit with Blender even.
Yeah, creating something small is always a good thing, because industry will ask you something that you have, but college won't ask. College will just ask, can you do anything?
Right.
Because doing anything matters at that time. See, hold a pencil, start drawing. Khalas. You want that. College wants that. Nobody wants that. Oh my god, you work so good. You have good lighting. That is your perspective, how you learn. I literally, when I joined college, university, I had barely 17 to 18 projects in my hand. But still they took me. Because I was doing something. Doing something is very important.
So that another message that we can send out is that you need to keep doing and making sure that you're getting better at your craft. No matter what it is. Whatever. And this is for everybody. This goes for everybody. Because today, trust me, when I started, I hadn't had a lot of experience with YouTube, as I said. I have never shot myself. It has been like 2-3 times that I've done. I had a YouTube channel previously. But what I do here is, even though I know I'm not going to post, I daily record videos.
Yeah, that's good.
So it gives me that kind of edge that I'm still practicing, right? You don't need to be out there. You just need to be doing it consistently.
Yes, and I definitely agree with that, because see, the thing I have seen outside or within India, people don't ask that, oh my god, show your experience, show your this, show your... See, I have always learned one thing. Something at the right age, जब आपकी उम्र ये है, तो वही करो. Don't go for job, don't go for big opportunity right now. Just pursue something which you can.
Gaining experience.
Yeah, gaining experience. Right now, the main focus is to study. Yeah. For my bestest and the bestest suggestion I could give as an animator, if you want to become take a paper, take a pencil, start scribbling. 1 month I have been scripting. Draw triangles. I have literally one book entire filled of circles, triangles, and squares. If you want that perfection, you have to do that. Start finding classes.
And another thing that I'd like to add here is, I think that I've realized, I'm also one of those creative types, also I'm not so good with the pencil. But one thing that I know, and that I've realized is, keep observing life.
Yeah, definitely.
Because he, as he said, right, he actually, finds inspiration in day-to-day life. That is what it is. To find anything relatable at all, we need to find inspiration in life and then apply it to whatever we're doing.
Definitely. We have to, because see, at the end, whatever you create is your creativity that is showcasing to you. You are creating something that is going to be showcased in front of billions of people.
Correct.
So the level of amount you have to work there can actually relate. Like how much time you have to give for a project which is going to be in a big screen and a worldwide project. So you have to do that according to that. You have to work in Delhi, Pixar, you have to work hard. You have to work in normal company with a salary of 50,000. You don't have to work hard. You just have to sit there, like, 3-4 works class.
So now let's move on to how did it happen, the Dubai scene, and what exactly is the curriculum. Let's focus on the course first.
Yeah.
Course in university.
Okay.
Tell me about your course. What exactly is it? The curriculum of the course, and then we'll talk about the university.
Okay, so my course is basically Bachelors of Animation. So I have been in university for like past 1 year. So it's not that much, but it is. So my university name is SAE, Sound Audio Engineering, which was based in, first started in Melbourne and Sydney. After that they grew a lot and they have their branches in France, UK, US, everything. And the campus that I got in was the Dubai campus. So in that we have games, we have animation, we have sound engineering, we have FX, we have graphic designing, we have various things that are going to come.
Focusing on your curriculum, focusing on your course. What subjects do you have as a first year student?
For me, so see, as I told you, start with the pencil in your hand and scribble. We were also told to do that, like, but not on the paper. We were having a proper background studio, because see, after some time you have to develop yourself. So, कब तक pen paper की journey चलेगी? That is the thing. Then I went to digital art. Digital art is also the same. बस paper की जगह एक screen है. There is nothing different. You have to just scribble there. If you want to do any drawing on a paper or on a back of tablet, it's the same. There is no difference. But learning about animation, moving the ball like from here to there, making the ball jump, understanding the weight of the ball, drawing, then giving PPTs in front of people, so that I won't be scared after when I like go in a big meeting and I just want to pitch there. Then I should be more comfortable and I should be more like.
So they're basically covering all perspectives, all aspects of an animator's life that you can think of. Now, one thing that I want to know more about is, first of all, what kind of software do you use? What kind of gadgets do you require?
Yeah.
And what kind of investment does it take for you as a student? How much do you have to put in for, like, you have to live there also, you have to pay the college fee as well, and at the end, what return do you get? That is aside. First we'll talk about this. Let's talk about gadgets. What kind of gadgets do you use?
So the gadgets I use is one, a tablet, a Wacom tablet. You can buy any tablet which are cheap, like on campus, etc. I use Wacom one tablet because it's good for me. The 13-inch one. I have a laptop with good specs like i7, RTX 3060, etc. You need that, obviously. The main important thing, you need storage, 1 TB, 2 TB, etc. I have 3 TB hard disk and 1 TB in my laptop. So after that, you need a mouse, keyboard, etc.
So, how many years is this course?
This course is for 3 years. So basically, I did my first year. Now I'm going to the main campus as a student exchange. So I'm very glad that I'll be happy. That's a
Great opportunity.
Yeah, but great.
And now that Okay, now let's talk about softwares.
Yeah.
What kind of softwares do you use?
Okay, so guys, let me tell you one thing. Don't start with Blender, because Blender is a blender in itself. Start with the software like Previous Max or Maya. I started with that Maya, because these both softwares are right now as an industry level running software. So you don't have to jump कि भाई Blender आगे जाके तो इंडस्ट्री में आएगा, अभी तक तो आया नहीं है.
अच्छा, alright. So
It's not that कि you can work in Blender. It's not that thing that कोई तुम्हें रोकेगा उस टाइम.
it's just not industry level.
It's not currently in that industry level, but आएगा. पर आने से पहले you have to learn the software. अच्छा
Currently going on. Because you still have to work with them, right?
Yeah.
So that's a very good insight. Now this I wouldn't have got it from a normal person, obviously. This is why I'm here. And now moving on. As I talked about investment now, as we said, right, as we looked at, like, for say, let's say we went to United States, or let's say we went to UK or Europe, in that perspective as well, a huge amount would have to be spent to be able to do a course like this. I imagine that Dubai has to be comparatively less, and this course that you've done has to be comparatively less so that a normal person can afford it. What was the amount? I know you. So I'm just saying comparatively, is it cheap?
See,
Let's not even talk about specifics.
Yeah. So comparatively, it is not cheaper. It is costly. And let me tell you one thing straight away clearly: animation is a very expensive thing, because we have to pay our software every single year.
Subscription.
Subscription. But 2025 है, 2026 है, 2027 है. Every year a new software, a new version comes. So you have to keep purchasing that to be updated. और हर कुछ चीज़ नया आता है. I was working with Maya at 2020 or 2019. Now I have Maya 2024. I'm like, oh bro, what the hell is this? It's totally changed. Yeah, like the interface have changed. You can share anything. You can import, export anything anywhere. Previous Max too. This was not there earlier. So investment, yeah, it's a lot.
I'm talking about tuition and living.
Okay, so the tuition fees is quite variable for a normal person in India, but living expenses according to where you live. Because see, Dubai, as per, it's a big city, but अंदर ही अंदर बहुत जगह है जहाँ पे it's costly, it's cheap,
So,
it's everything.
I'll tell you, I've been in Dubai. So there are two spectrums.
Yeah.
एक spectrum, and there are two ends to it. One is extreme cheap, and then one is extreme expensive. So I have lived right through somewhere. I've lived on the expensive side, or I've lived in the middle. I never went to old Bombay. I have this habit of saying old Bombay now because I live in Mumbai right now. But I've never lived in old Dubai. You haven't lived in old Dubai, so I'm assuming. Because
But I have been there so many times. I'll tell you one thing. According to my perspective, in Dubai living, every place they have their own zone, like urban good, healthy zone. So I don't like that. Like Karabi, if you go to Karama, Dera, if you go to Burkman, if you go to Riga, then if you come at the Marina side, JBR side, if you go to the business way downtown, bro, everything they have, like according to the perspective which a country should have. Yeah,
it's all covered.
Yeah, a basic good healthy life, a basic good cheap life, a basic good very expensive life.
So this is good. Okay, now moving on to a student's life in Dubai. Now the first and foremost thing is, very rare it is and seldom that people go to Dubai for higher education. Why, how, and what is it exactly? Because I have lived in Dubai 2 years myself, and back then I was a middle school student. Okay, mummy, papa, and everyone was together. Even then, when your income is not there in dollars, US dollars, or in dirhams, it's difficult to survive. Not difficult to survive, but you can survive still. But then you have to, always have to have something cut from your lifestyle. You have to make some sacrifices, obviously. I'll again say, if someone actually can do that, if someone can live like that, trust me, it's worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it.
And he knows it. He knows it. He's been there 1 year, and God knows what he's doing. So first of all, tell me, how did it happen? Why Dubai?
Okay, so why Dubai? I'll tell you one thing. I was running after to Canada. Like, but Dubai is a place where everyone comes in and you can actually have a great opportunity understanding. Okay, I live in London too. I live in I've lived in US too. I've lived in Italy, France, India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh. Because I'm saying this because I've never been in that place, but every people has been there in Dubai, has worked there.
And you met them.
Yeah.
You understood the person.
Yeah. You know, people from Pakistan, people from Afghanistan also come up there.
Yeah.
And I have so many friends.
Pakistani and Afghanistani background.
Yeah. And they actually are so caring, so good.
Because there is a kind of brotherhood.
Yeah,
when it comes
the
to
brotherhood,
Pakistanis and Afghanistanis.
definitely.
There is one thing about politics and all that shit that is different.
That we don't want to talk.
No, I'm talking about people. People are different from politicians. People are very welcoming. Most of the times that I've seen. And Afghani people are also very good. That I've also seen.
I have felt that. You know what? One day a person actually asked me what you are doing in Dubai, and I was like, I'm in university. He was like, is Dubai the place to study? And I was literally smiling, and I was like, okay. And sometimes it will be because see, half of the university is outside the country. Even the Bengaluru as came to Dubai.
So it's not going to take a lot of time for Dubai to become that, to gain that level of recognition internationally for education.
You have literally University of London.
What else do you expect, right? So one thing that I understood is from his perspective and both mine, Dubai is not just a place to educate yourself. It's a place to get to understand every person's perspective, no matter what country they come from, and that makes you a global villager. That makes you a global citizen.
Yeah.
And then no matter what country you go to, it will not be that difficult to adapt.
Definitely.
So in Dubai, as I can say, and at this age, at this particular age, we're very dynamic, right? We're very easy to adapt. Dubai makes us that so much more easily, and it's a quick transition because you won't even understand when you're fitting in with this.
Yeah.
The best part is when you already go to a country where you have everything set up for you, and Indians are celebrated in UAE. Let me tell you that. Indians are celebrated in UAE. Okay, so that I have understood. Now moving on, Adi. Another thing that I would learn, I would really like to know is, out of all these experiences that you had, and the best part about it is that I can relate to you in this conversation because I have seen somewhat that side. Do you sometimes, there's this feeling that you can call Dubai home away from you.
Yeah.
And even though you might not just be of that country, they make you feel like that you're not outside.
Yeah, definitely.
So that I've understood. As to everyone who says, why go to Dubai when you can go to UK, US? What do you have as an answer?
Sorry, but moving on to your point, actually the place I chose was not because of my career, not because of anything. I just wanted to go too far. That was my main. Studying anywhere doesn't matter. Either way, my college is from is a Australian-based university. But when I went to Dubai, after coming back from Dubai 3 6 months, I felt like, oh, okay, now I'm regretting it. Because, see, every time you leave your house and you settle somewhere else, you always feel that, okay, this also my home where I'm living right now. So, when I left Dubai, I was literally crying. The best thing, that time Dubai rained. And I was like, okay, this country can cry for me also.
Which is nearly impossible. That does not happen a lot. It does not happen often in Dubai.
Yeah. And see, that country has given me a lot because getting good amount of friends, families, trying to adjust in every situation, respecting others' culture, and then not shouting, not yelling, not getting into some fights and all. Just being a normal, calm person.
Yeah.
Have always helped me a lot. And I don't think so any country can do that.
No country can do that. Trust me, no country can do that.
Obviously.
Another thing that I would like to have your perspective is, we understood UAE as a whole, right? You must have visited other states, other Emirates as well. And still considering you believe Dubai to be the best.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I
actually,
found
actually,
this. Okay.
yeah.
Same. So we have visited like mostly all of the Emirates in Dubai, but we both of us, okay, we can say proudly that Dubai is the best Emirate of all the seven. Now moving on. Now it comes to survival. Surviving in.
Don't ask me that.
I'm going to ask that question because that is a pressing question for a lot of students who go abroad. You talked about Canada.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to survive there.
Okay, so let me tell you one thing. Sorry, but students who are going to Canada understand the way of living there, because see, I am the person who doesn't like cold. So मेरे को सर्दी का पता भी मेरे को सहन नहीं होता है. So I don't like cold. I don't like that heated temperature, but I'm good with it. You can survive, but not the cold. So I left that Canada plan because ठंडी कब आएगी you don't know.
Plus, we people, okay, us. The thing is, a lot of people there, okay, like in cold places, they cannot afford to be lazy in a cold temperature or in a cold climate. Us, it's very difficult to even get out of bed when it's cold. So I get that.
So we say 18 degrees, that's cold. Oh my god. We Mumbai people.
So it's difficult for us. But one thing that I would really like to understand is from the survival perspective, as we were talking about. How is it
See, it's
cost-wise living there?
It is very bad than India, because here you have parents, you have everything.
You have a backup.
Okay, there you don't get anything in India. 1 dirham is nearly 23.50. It was, now it is 24, I guess.
Yeah.
एक रुपया बढ़ा था. I literally knew कि कितना दिक्कत आने वाला है. And I have faced a lot of issues with money. I have been there at the position where I have had like 10 dirhams in my hand, and then I spent a fee with the chicken kulcha. No, it is hectic. It is hectic. The life in Dubai, the life in foreign, which you see, don't go unless you are ready.
And don't go for glamour.
Yeah, don't go for glamour. You're going for something that you can build yourself there, then definitely go. Otherwise, there is no point leaving your parents like behind, saying that you have to go and show. पैसा इतना जाता है, you have to always respect that too. You should always respect that, but you are leaving someone behind here. Or see, going abroad is a very easy thing. Wasting money, wasting your time, wasting everything is a very bad thing. Because I knew one thing, that there was a boy who was wearing half t-shirt, and nothing was there. I thought people will impress him that why are you wearing this? Or else somebody will stare at him. People don't give time for him to watch you, what you are wearing, what you are doing, and what you are up to.
Basically, it does not matter.
It does not matter to them. So remember, every time you have to be something that the busy people should stare at. And work so hard that they will come to stare at you. Because even if you have a G-Wagon or you have
it's a normal thing.
It's a normal thing. It's a very normal thing. You're just making your dream shallow. Yeah.
So basically, when we come to this, right, our perspective is caged when we live at a place where things are on a smaller scale. But then when it comes to a higher scale, when we see broader things, when we look at life at a bigger level and see that, oh, alright, there's this huge crowd of people who are somebody. Now in the midst of nobody's, okay, sometimes it will be like, oh, I am somebody, or I will be somebody easily. But there, to have a certain level of respect. Now let's bring it to an end. What I was thinking was, now that we've talked about this, right, we understand that to broaden our perspective, we have to get out there. It's important. If you don't want to go abroad as an education, from an education perspective, at least take a trip if you can afford it. because you'll understand, it will open your mind to possibilities that might keep you limited in India. So it's important to understand the world as a whole, and obviously it will open up you a lot of open you up to a lot of opportunities as we go. Adi, it's been a pleasure learning about your perspective
Thank you.
on what we have to get into the stream as a student, and I'm sure that so many more people will be motivated by by the insight that you have given us about this industry, and sure we're hoping to join you. One last question before we go
Yes.
is, what can you expect as an opening salary or in this career, in this field?
See, I'd like to tell you this thing. Actually, the most important topic. If you're a beginner, don't chase for salary. That's one clear thing. Do a work which is only self-satisfied to you.
Self-satisfactory.
Self-satisfactory. Because after major projects, you're getting paid for an hour or for half an hour.
Okay, so that's a good basis.
Yeah, and people pay you. Like, I've seen a person who uploads a video on YouTube. Like, people get paid for half an hour. You know how much? 1,500.
I have personally seen, I guess, a reel on Instagram
Yeah,
itself,
Instagram too. Yeah.
where this guy was talking to this client he had abroad, and this client was paying him $10,000 for a video, for a single video. So that's enormous for us at least.
So I would like to end this thing with a good cause that wherever you are, if you are practicing animation, I would like to tell you one thing. Practice hard, stay focused, because someday or the other it will come to you and say, and you know, your that kid soul will come to you and pat
you on the back, yeah.
and say that, bro, you have
Your inner child will be happy.
Yeah, your inner child will be the best. He will be so happy, like, at least I have done something. Yeah.
So that's a great way to put it. I mean, thanks a lot for being on this podcast, and thanks for making my first podcast so successful. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
I couldn't have done this without you. And yeah, so here we'd like to end it. I'm hoping that this podcast helped a lot of you and motivated a lot of you to go and pursue the stream as Aditya did. So much more coming up. Thank you.